feel.
All right.
We're live.
How does it make me feel?
We're live. But if you're watching this on
I
YouTube and
I,
we're
I
not live,
noticed.
then we're not live.
I don't know.
Alright, today I'm here with my buddy
Streaming
Fusion. Say hello,
chemistry.
Say hello, Fusion.
What's up?
That's not hello. And, and we're basically just in a rant about different things about the NFL. This includes trades, free agency moves, the new Madden coming out, etc., etc. And we're also going to play Madden while we're doing that. So it's just football section. If you don't like football, I would consider leaving. But make sure you like the video first. Alright. Are you ready, Fusion? Are you
Yes,
ready?
sir. Yep. Ready.
We'll start it off.
All right. Well, the first thing, we're gonna start with trades first. What do you think is the biggest trade that was made this season? Like that's
Browns
the most
getting
impactful.
OBJ.
Browns getting OBJ. Honestly, I was
Yes.
thinking the same thing because they already have Baker Mayfield with Jarvis Landry from last year. They already have that connection going. Now he has Jarvis's Landry like right hand man.
And they got
it's
Jarvis
just
Landry
like-
and OBJ both went to LSU.
Exactly.
already
That's
know
the
each
thing.
other.
So they already have chemistry. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they already know each other's play style and everything. So it's just
Freaking-
gonna be
they got a
pretty fun to watch
good
them this year.
offense.
Yes, they did. They got Nick Chubb running back when Kareem Hunt comes back from the 8-game suspension. That'll help them with the running game a little bit. And they
Yeah.
have David Njoku at the tight end spot. I think they'll be pretty good and pretty solid on offense this year. And then defense, they're Denzel Ward and Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Great duo together.
But once you gotta pay all those
Both young.
guys.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when you gotta pay everybody.
What about the trade where the Chiefs got Aaron Ripkowski? the Packers fullback. Oh no, that was a free agency signing. Hang on, my bad.
Yeah, it was a free agency. Yeah, look at you.
I know. I'm stupid.
But if we're still on the trademark, what was it? What was it?
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Wait 1 second. I mean, there were some trades, but like there wasn't that ton of trades to talk about. Honestly.
I'm trying to think of the freaking trade, and I can't think of it.
Exactly. It's like
Oh,
I
the
had it in my
Raiders
head.
trade. Getting AB. Was that a
Oh
free
yeah,
agency signing or was
yeah,
that a trade?
Antonio Brown. No,
So that was
no,
a
it
trade because they got him for basically nothing.
Yeah.
How's that make
Le'Veon Bell was a free agency signing. To be honest, I mean, AB needed to leave because him and Big Ben weren't really like hitting it no more. Because apparently, a few teammates have said in past teammates that he's racist, and I guess Antonio Brown doesn't really like it. I guess, and I don't know. I just felt like that he needed to leave. You know,
Name
get
a
on
black
his-
guy who
get on
would
his
like
own, get a new team.
Name a black guy right now who would like it being called racial slurs.
You're right, but still, it's not okay. And if he is, I don't know how he's still on the team because their coach is black. You know,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, like I just don't understand the whole
I don't know why they
thing.
got rid of AB
with
instead
that,
of AB.
Ben,
He's a
yeah,
quarterback. Well, he's old. He's freaking decrepit.
but he is old. Yeah, he is like late 30s or something
He's
like that. And then they
30.
could have traded for a few draft picks. They could have drafted a quarterback
Yeah.
instead of getting Devin Bush. I mean, he's filthy though. Honestly, I think he's gonna be really good. But next trade, Joe Flacco getting traded to the Broncos. How about that?
I don't. He wasn't an improvement. He was not an improvement to the freaking Broncos quarterback. Can't think of his name. Not Case Keenum, is it? No,
Yeah,
it was Keenum.
Case Keenum.
No, it was.
Yeah,
He
Keenum's
was-
on the Redskins. Yeah.
He was. Wait. He was the Broncos quarterback last season.
Case Keenum.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, he's not there no more though.
Anyways. He was not an improvement at all.
Oh no,
He
not at all.
I want to see him prove me wrong. That I want to see him lead the Broncos to the playoff, and then I will take that
I don't
statement back. Until then, I am.
See now, I don't think Joe Flacco has that in him anymore, though. That's the thing.
He's 87.
Couldn't do it with the Ravens. 87. Matter of fact, the high school that he went to, I played against them this year, and they're decent. They were decent. Yeah. Also, Michael Bennett getting traded to the Patriots. I don't know if you knew about that. They actually traded him for draft picks.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, the Eagles traded him for draft picks.
He sounded so depressed saying that.
Dude, like, it sucks. Like, he was one of our good pass rushers from last season. So, I mean,
how many
like, sucks on our spot. I think 2. Not a single first rounder.
That is a rip.
Anyways. But I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. But there was rumors about Jadeveon Clowney getting traded to the Eagles if we got rid of someone who's like big enough to fit the role in Houston. Which I don't know who would be, because I really don't know who the Eagles would trade for him. I really don't. It would be a great addition to the team, but
It'd be an
really don't
amazing
know.
addition.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it would be. Along with Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett, Timmy Jernigan. It'd just be it would be a great addition to that defensive line. Be great. Okay, I'm trying to think anymore. Is there any more really like big trades? There wasn't really that many trades. A lot of free agency signings though.
Or not interesting.
Yeah, not interesting trades. There was a lot of good like free agency signings and a lot of exciting ones. Oh, the Bears trading Jordan Howard to the Eagles for a 6th round and 5th round pick. How about that?
Absolutely stupid. He's like
Stupid
20...
on the Bears' part, great on the Philadelphia's part.
He's like 25, right?
Yeah, he's in his I think like mid-20s, something like that. And he's way more productive than JJ. He's a powerhouse and he holds onto the ball more. He's a little bit more elusive too. He can find the holes and he has the speed. Pretty good running back. Pretty good addition to the Eagles running game.
The best freaking
Tariq Cohen. They got Tariq Cohen to fill in Jordan Howard's shoes now, which Tariq Cohen is only like 5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Darren Sproles is short too, but like Darren Sproles is Darren Sproles. Like,
yeah.
it's tough. But like, other than that, no really like big trades. A lot of big free agency signings, like I said. Not a lot of big trades. Like, you know what I mean?
I say we move to free agency real quick, because I know.
Yeah, I say we move to free agency. Okay,
Chiefs,
go ahead. You
Chiefs
got it.
getting Frank Clark.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But how do you feel about that trade? Or free agency signing? I'm stupid.
Yeah, no. Hold on, just give me a second.
You'll be back after the short message.
Anyways, okay. I mean, he's a good pass rusher and all. I never really like paid attention or really watched any of his highlights or anything like that.
Solid pickup.
I knows that he was a keep. Yeah, definitely. Because the Seahawks, they did franchise tag him.
Because with Chris Jones and the freaking Noddy, the rookie D tackle.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a scary D line.
Yeah, I don't know. Can he fill in D Ford's shoes? That's the thing.
Yeah, we need a linebacker. Chiefs need a linebacker.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, you guys do. Oh, another free agency signing. Speaking of the Chiefs, Tyrann Mathieu. How about that?
Perfect. Although
Yeah,
I
it's a good replacement from
I
Eric
am
Berry.
sad.
Eric Berry was a little bit older.
I am sad that we released Eric Berry. 1, because my last name's Berry. 2, because I love the guy. 3, he could have been a mentor to Tyrann Mathieu. And 4, we had 4 more years on his freaking contract.
Yeah, it sucks. You guys' secondary is a little weak, so it's kind of dumb just letting him go. He still hasn't signed with anyone.
Yeah, he still
So-
isn't signed, which is my 5th reason. He still's not signed.
Yeah, but Tyrann Mathieu is a good fit for you guys. He's young, he's quick, he's a very good all-around player. He can cover, he can do man, he can do zone, he can do it. He can do it all. Let's see.
Hey,
I
Maddie.
think a good one.
Maddie.
Oh, CJ Mosley to the Jets.
A great move by the Jets. Absolutely
Yes,
perfect
yes.
move, because if you've watched the NFL for at least a season, you know they suck. And they have for quite a bit. But it was
And a little bit of fun fact. Hold up, sorry to interrupt you. A little bit of fun fact. They're 0-10 against the Eagles and never beat them in their entire existence.
okay,
So
show off.
it's just, I think I should throw that out
Alex
there.
Smith
You know?
ran 69 yards on them, okay?
And their new uniforms look like college uniforms. So
Yeah. Also, speaking of the Jets, Le'Veon Bell to the Jets.
oh yeah. Honestly, I think it's a good addition because their running backs sucked. But at the same time, their offensive line is not that great. So I feel like they're probably gonna use them a little bit more in the
But-
passing game, like with
That's
screens
the
and
thing, because
wheel routes and stuff.
Le'Veon is a patient runner. He doesn't just blast through the
Oh,
hole
yes, yes,
immediately. So their
Yeah.
offensive line is
Mhm.
gonna have to be good.
Yeah, that's kind of like similar between him and Saquon Barkley, which people talk about all the time. Saquon is patient. If you ever watch Saquon's highlights, he'll sit there, see the whole, he's gone. Same thing with Le'Veon. Le'Veon does the same thing. Ezekiel Elliott does the same thing. A lot of running backs do that.
Le'Veon's
Yeah.
close to perfected it. He's done it for his entire. He's done it since freaking MSU.
College. Yeah,
So the Jets are gonna
Yeah,
have to
definitely, yeah.
either.
it's a good addition. They're gonna have to find a way to fit him in though with the offense.
Yeah, they're gonna have to either sign some more alignment for the. Wait, the draft already happened. I'm stupid. They're gonna have to sign some
Yeah,
people,
because
like preseason.
the
or
Jets they
trade.
pass a lot. The Jets pass a lot. They've run the ball, but it's not very effective. Their passing game is better than their running game,
Yeah.
which is self-explanatory.
It's the Jets.
Another free agent signing: Terrell Suggs to the Cardinals. Let's talk about the Cardinals for a second, because a lot has been going on. They got Kyler
Yeah.
Murray, Terrell Suggs. They still have Patrick Peterson.
Josh
There's
Rosen.
Chandler
left the
Jones.
Cardinals.
Yeah, Josh Rosen traded. Oh, that was another trade. Josh Rosen traded to the Dolphins. You know. So yeah, Terrell Suggs added to the Cardinals defense. I think was an amazing addition, and kinda not really because it's a different position. Fills in that missing spot where Tyrann Mathieu was at. They got a linebacker. I mean, I get it. He's not a safety, but they needed more linebackers.
Yeah.
They named
The one
linebacker on the
flaw about
Cardinals
Terrell
over
Suggs. The one flaw about him, he's 87 years old, like Joe Flacco.
Yeah, that's true. He's old. He's older. He's an older linebacker, but he can also be a mentor for the younger.
Yeah, if he's gonna
athletes
retire
on
in
the
probably the
defense.
next 2 to 3 years.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they still have Patrick Peterson, so that duo is gonna be pretty filthy.
The Bills signed somebody good,
Um,
didn't they?
Cole Beasley
Cole Beasley, yes.
on offense.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, I think for Josh Allen, it's a good target because he is he's a slot receiver, obviously. But if you ever watch his tapes on the slant, Cole Beasley is perfect.
Yeah.
Almost 100% of the time.
But the one thing that's gonna make it probably a little bit harder for Rosen. Cole Beasley's 5'8", so he's not gonna be able to like have his
Yeah.
jump balls.
Did you say Josh Rosen?
Wait, who are we talking about?
Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Okay.
Mister,
Whatever.
I hurdle over defenders.
Okay.
Let's talk
Anyways.
about if we're going back to free agency.
Brett Maher, the kicker for the
Um,
Cowboys, he got signed. He's 28.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When he
Yes,
got
yes,
signed
he
for the
did.
Cards.
He did get
Or not
signed.
Cards, Cowboys. God, I'm a freaking mess. Shut up.
What was it? Ndamukong Suh recently just signed with the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Um,
Gerald
yeah.
McCoy.
Gerald
Ndamukong
McCoy
Suh.
still hasn't landed anywhere yet. Gerald McCoy's free agent. He's current. There's 3 possible landing spots, which is I believe they were the Lions, Ravens, and Browns. No, it was the Panthers, Ravens, and Browns. Panthers, Ravens, and Browns were his top 3 spots that he could possibly land at. To me, honestly, I think he's going to the Ravens or Browns. I don't think he'll go to the Panthers. I don't.
Yeah.
There's no need for him there. With Cam Newton's situation going on, I don't think he will land there. Honestly, that's just my personal opinion. I don't see that happening, but yeah. Jared Cook being signed by the Saints, I think it's a great addition to the Saints offense, especially with Mike Thomas and Alvin Kamara. Jared Cook would be a great target for Drew Brees, possibly in his last year.
Is there any free agent signings that were questionable that happened?
That were like, oh, why did they do this? Like, kind of like signings?
Yeah.
I don't even know. There's just been so many like starstruck signings. It's just so much to keep track of.
Yeah. A lot more action in the freaking free agency than past years.
Yeah, exactly. The Titans, they signed that guy from the Buccaneers, the white receiver.
Oh,
I think his name's Humphreys or something.
Yeah, Humphreys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Okay, stop saying why.
Why?
Look, he's pretty fast. He's young.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, he's fast, he's young, good hands, but like, got Corey Davis, an upcoming superstar wide receiver. You still have Delaney Walker. I mean, it's always good to add receivers, but like, still, like, you know what I mean?
It's like, I don't know.
I don't know. There's a billion other free agent signings that we could possibly talk about.
We should probably move to our next topic.
Yeah.
Which is going to be
season predictions.
We will let's go to the Madden. Let's talk about Madden. And then we'll do the
okay, Madden 20 and the Madden curse.
Okay.
You
Madden
want
curse.
to start it off, or do you want me to go?
I don't even like to think about it because I'm a Chiefs fan. Mahomes on Madden 20, and Madden 19 had Antonio Brown. He got traded to the Raiders. 18 had Tom Brady, and they lost the Super Bowl.
And hold up, along with the Madden 19 and Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, whether he fumbled the ball against the Saints, and they lost the chance to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Also, that as well.
And 17 had Gronk, and he got injured. 16 had OBJ, and he had
Odell.
What happened to him?
I don't remember at all.
But there's just evidence after evidence of this existing, and
What happened?
First play of the game, fumbled the ball.
Who?
Me. Anyways.
But yeah, the Madden curse, I think it affect Marshall Faulk, Donovan McNabb, Favre, and everyone, Larry Fitzgerald, Payne Hills, or whatever his name was, that running back from the Browns.
Thinking positively about it, Mahomes is a first-year starter who is 23. Won MVP and almost took the Chiefs to their third Super Bowl appearance of franchise history.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the pass. We would have been in the. We would have. Don't. I fumbled again with Zeke.
Roughing the passer.
I'm not gonna talk about it. It's been proven that.
Offsides.
Shut up. Okay. Because last year versus the Titans, they would. I was at that game. He fumbled it. They wouldn't tell the crowd anything. They didn't get on their stupid microphone. They didn't announce what was happening. Nothing. They didn't. I threw an interception. I'm going to smash my head into my desk.
Okay, anyways. The Madden curse, yeah, I believe it. Obviously, he believes it somewhat. He doesn't like to think about it, though, because Patrick Mahomes is on the cover, and the curse kind of already,
But
I guess, one of
what
those
would
facts
be
because of the
awesome?
Tyreek Hill situation.
What would be awesome if it does exist? Okay. What if he broke it? Freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. If you do believe in the Madden curse, if he broke it, that's going down in the freaking history books.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Let's see.
Madden would stop producing games. Or EA would stop producing Madden.
My stream stopped for some reason.
F.
Anyways. Just go ahead and include your audio. I just noticed that it stopped.
F's.
Anyways, back to what we were talking about, and this my stream just stopped again. Whatever, I'm done. But anyways, Madden 20, there's a lot of new things that they're adding into the game, minor details being changed, as like the career mode. I'm gonna get to that just once, but like I'm talking about like the little details, the like the linebackers. You know how in Madden like 19 they just jump up out of nowhere, interception.
Yeah.
Or like they're running after a receiver that has 99 speed and they tackle them. They're not going to be like that anymore. The linebackers are actually going to be based off how they play in like reality. So like there's very few linebackers that can do that type of stuff. That can just jump up and grab the ball and get the interception or chase down a receiver. There's only very, very, very few linebackers that can actually do that in the NFL.
Yeah.
So therefore. Yeah, basically, therefore, they're making linebackers less overpowered, and they're going to make it where the corners and safeties, so basically all DBs, have that ability to hop up and grab the ball like that, because we've seen it. Xavier Rhodes, Darius Slay, Denzel Ward, etc. We've seen the corners this past season just turn around, boop, interception.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And along with that, like he was saying, you were saying, the career mode that they're adding, it's going to be like a legit career mode. You can make your character, you get drafted, and all that stuff. But it's only going to be for the quarterback position, no other position, no running back, no receiver, or anything else.
And there's only
I
like
get
8 colleges you can pick from.
Yeah, but I get it though. They're
Yeah.
only doing that because they're testing the waters. They're testing to see how it's going to do. They're not going to add like 50 college teams that you get to pick from and like all different positions, like
because this is their first time ever doing
maybe
it.
in Madden 21. Well, it's not their first time. They used to do it back in the old Madden, so you could be any position you want. There was the NFL Combine.
Well, yeah, but they did that like
you had to play in high school.
They did that like once in like Madden 2005, Madden 05.
Yeah, no. They did it a few times. They did it in like 10. They did it in like Madden 10, 08, stuff like that. But
Hold up, I need to check
yeah,
on my. I need to check on my sisters at home because they left at like 10 a.m. and still aren't back. So give me like 30 seconds.
All right, you're good. We'll be back after this 30-second break.
I return.
Okay. Um, as we were talking about with the career mode, but like I get the whole perspective with the quarterbacks because like quarterbacks an easy position for them to test because they kind of did it with long shot and I guess they wanted to progress more and like the community has been begging for a career mode for the longest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess like this is how they're gonna test it out. Quarterback, you go to college. At least they're giving us a chance to go to like a college team, not just like one team. At least we have 8 to choose from, so that's
Like
like
freaking my career in NBA.
no.
My career in
Yeah, basically, you only get to pick from like 8 different colleges in the NBA, like Kentucky, Michigan, etc. Um, Probably Michigan State before you get triggered. Anyways, um, yeah. So I think that's gonna be good. The equipment in the game that's supposed to be added, I think there's supposed to be a few new helmets added. I think visors are staying the same, a few new cleats. Basically customizations are going to be a little bit different, but not too much different. New face mask, and I think they're actually adding like like the tape that Alvin Kamara and Kareem Hunt had on their arms. I think they're gonna add that as a option to put in, and yeah, basically nothing too much changing with that. Um, Ultimate Team is pretty much the same. Nothing really changing with that. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything on Madden if you want to talk about you
Not
personally.
really.
Yeah, I don't know too much personally on it. I haven't watched
They're adding
enough
new
like videos and
animations
research
to
on it.
franchise.
Well, yes, they are.
Right, and just wait to the possible change in preseason schedule. And
Yep.
I just you can start that off.
Okay.
'Cause-
Yep. Okay. So the other day I was just doing some research, like about NFL.com, rap sheet, all that. I was searching through and I saw this. I saw this post. They're possibly discussing of changing the preseason down to 2 games instead of 4, and changing regular season games from 16 to 18. Me personally, I think that it will be a lot better for the NFL experience because honestly, who cares about preseason? Because I mean, I watch the preseason games, but I honestly don't care. I'm too much about preseason because it's really not that exciting at all. Because it's like all the backups and like all the trash players playing at once. No one knows who anyone is. Unless you were a fan of that team, then you know who everyone is. Like, you know what I mean? But like, yeah. And more regular season, you get more action. You get more regular season games. You get to see your starters and favorite players play longer. You get to see teams play longer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're going to make it where the season starts earlier in August or if it's later in January, like mid-January instead of the beginning of January. Like, you know what I mean? Because usually seasons end January 2nd, January 1st. Sometimes January 3rd. Maybe start ending like January 15th, January 20th. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Super Bowl will be like February 10th or something like that.
Speaking of
But yeah,
setting
not too much on
the
that. Just
or
basic
ending the
rules.
regular season, they're also the Chiefs owner, freaking Lamar Hunt, discussed with Roger Goodell about adding teams in Europe, possibly one in London and
Oh yeah.
Paris, crap like that. And if they do that, it would take years of preparation. Because
Oh yeah.
if they just add one new division, that's the entire thing. Unless they add
Yeah,
another,
because if they
add another conference, which they could.
They could add another conference, but I don't know how it would work in the playoff situation. But adding they would have to add 2 divisions, one in NFC and one in AFC. Like, I don't know how that would work. If they did NFC, maybe like there'd be a few teams in Canada and maybe one in Mexico, because that is possible. There's a few games this year. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 games that would be playing Mexico this year, which I don't know if you knew that. I think one of them is Chargers and the Chiefs, I believe, actually.
They are.
Yes, they're playing in Mexico this year, I believe. So that goes to show that, like, the NFL is expanding, like, kind of. There's not teams out there, but there's games out there. London and Mexico. So it's so, like, maybe they should add, like, 2 teams in Canada, team in Mexico, maybe a team in, like, Ireland for, like, the NFC. And the AFC would be, like, London, Paris, like, you know what I mean? Like, that area. But, like, that'd be hard for NFL teams because that means they gotta travel more and it's gonna be more expensive and it would take a lot to do that. Unless they add several teams in Canada, several teams in Mexico, which is very, very possible. Unless they want to add more teams in Texas to go along with that division, because that's down right by Mexico, or if they add like a team from New Mexico or another team in Arizona, or something like along that like south border,
Yeah,
like
there's
you know
a,
what I
there's a
mean,
lot
like
of
something
states
down
that
more
don't
south.
have an NFL team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
Idaho.
Technically, yeah, Idaho,
Oregon.
Oregon, no, Oregon, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, New Mexico. So it's just there's a lot of states out there that don't have football teams. Alabama doesn't even have one. They don't have a professional football team. You would think they would, but they don't. Georgia does. Falcons.
But
But you would think
if they do
you would
try
think
to
Alabama
expand,
has one.
if they do try to expand, if they do try to expand to Europe, if they would probably split the divisions into Western, Eastern Europe,
Yeah.
or not, but like they would probably like actually
Well,
like divide Europe into North, East, South, and West. So like Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland would be one division. Freaking.
well, I
Yeah,
don't think they would add that many European teams. I feel like they would only add 4 to make
yeah,
one division. So it'd be like Germany, France, London, and
country.
yeah, maybe Sweden.
Yeah.
It'd be like 4 different countries.
'Cause there,
Nothing
in
like.
Sweden actually there was they started up a women's football league in Sweden, and they
In Germany, they actually have an American football league over in Germany, and they
but
get paid. They don't get paid as much as American, like
well
NFL
yeah we have the freaking
players,
biggest
but
economy in the world.
there's Americans over there that play for German American football teams. Like you know what I mean?
But it would take a long time to do it, but it would be cool if we had teams in Canada, Mexico, Europe, wherever. That would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Because then eventually, if it gets big enough, like the NFL spread, you can get football in the Olympics.
Yeah, freaking
Know what I mean?
have a football team in Moscow. Have a football team.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
But
It'd be great.
yeah,
Russia.
I think we need to move on from this topic.
Okay. Yep. Okay, season. Now it's town. Why did I say it like that? It's time to do the season predictions. Jupiter, do you want to go first?
We can go back and forth. Like we can do say AFC West, say the Chiefs are
Yep.
doing 17-4.
All right.
And then you'd be like, oh, well, I
All
don't
right.
think that goes well. So yeah, I just
Okay, I guess we'll start with the AFC West since we're on that topic. Who do
Right.
you have winning the division?
Chiefs. Very clear. I think.
Okay,
they're gonna go
so do
13-3.
I as well have them as 13-3 and the number 1 seed in the AFC with
Yeah.
home field advantage and first round bye week.
But there's no one in the division that can really stand up to them because of the high-powered offense with Mahomes. Damian Williams did pretty good. They got Carlos Hyde, Hill, Kelsey, pretty good offensive line. There's no one that can really compete with them, and I think their losses are probably going to come from either probably the Chargers, Broncos, and Pats.
Oh yeah, Yep, I agree. I agree with pretty much all that. The for second in the division, I have the Chargers at 11-5, which they make the fifth seed in the playoffs.
I also have Chargers going. No, I don't. I have them going 10-6, second, and I don't. I
Seventh
think
in the playoffs, you said for you?
11. That's not a thing.
Oh shit,
They are the fifth seed, I
man, I'm really
believe.
dumb right now.
Check.
It's
No,
been a
they
long
don't
day.
make the playoffs. They don't make.
Okay. Third, I have the Broncos at 9-7.
I have the Raiders at 7-9. Okay, we
Oh,
actually
yeah,
are
the
first.
Raiders doing better than the Broncos.
I do.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like with Philip Lindsay and Denver's side and Bradley Chubb going into his second season and Von Miller still there. Chris Harris signed an extension for a year. I don't see the Broncos doing worse than the Raiders.
I'm gonna counter that. Okay, I made this April. Okay, but the Raiders had freaking like 3 draft picks in the first round, which some of them were
That's
some of them
true.
were questionable.
That's true. That's true.
I believe Derek Carr's gonna have one of his best seasons this season because they did draft a rookie wide receiver, I believe, and they freaking
And the addition with Antonio Brown.
yeah, and they got AB, and their defense should be able to hold up because I think out of their 3 first-round draft picks, they drafted 2.
They did.
They should be able to hold, and that yeah, but
Yeah.
not that good.
So,
Not
mhm.
that good.
Yeah. So I have the Raiders at 5-11.
I have the Broncos at 5-11.
Oh, okay. Like, yeah, I just don't see the Raiders really producing much this year. I think it's still going to be one of those mediocre seasons. They might do a little bit better than 5-11. I'm saying 5-11 at the worst. I have them at the bottom of the AFC West, and they have no chance to compete with the Chargers or the Chiefs whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm the Broncos. I do agree with the I do Philip Lindsay, Bradley Chubb, everyone like getting settled into their second season. They will provide a lot of support. Von Miller, yes, like that. But it's hard to get anywhere with offense. And
Yeah, that's true.
defense wins championships, but you have to have somewhat of a good offense. Otherwise, like we saw this, the 1977 Falcons, I believe, arguably the greatest defense of all time. Their offense, horrible, absolute trash. They did horrible because they had a horrible offense, but they had an amazing defense. And to
Oh yeah.
be good, you have to be able to have a competent offense that can get down the
Both.
field and a defense that can hold an offense.
You
Broncos
have to at
that
least have a average offense so you can get points on the board and let your defense stop the opponent's offense. That's what you really need. That's how the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Their defense was way more elite than their offense. That Philadelphia Eagles offense was not the best in the league, but their defense was one of the best defenses in the league.
That's what's weird about it.
That's how they beat Tom Brady.
That can go the other way around too. You can have an amazing offense, but you have to have somewhat of a good defense, and that's what happened with
Exactly.
The Chiefs. And the Chiefs. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Chiefs fan. The Chiefs did not have a good defense, but our offense somehow, I don't know how, but our offense is amazing.
Yes, exactly. That's a perfect example of what you just said. And then there's teams that have balance, like their offense is good and their defense is also good,
Like
and that goes to me. Yeah, Texans and the Chargers, they both have very good offenses, very good defense. They both do. You got the Chargers with Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, Casey Hayward. You just got an amazing defense, and then you got Keenan Allen, Melvin Gordon, Phillip Rivers. It's just you got pretty good offense as well. It's Hunter Henry at tight end.
Okay.
You got it.
Are you done with your game on Madden?
No.
What's the status?
I can send to that. I had to pause because I was talking and I couldn't focus.
Oh. Okay, back to the. You want to move on to the
Okay,
NFC
so
West, or you want? Or are we still talking? I forgot.
AFC. Yeah, we can move to the. Are we still in the AFC, right?
AFC East. I don't know why I said NFC.
AFC East. All right.
Who do you have winning the division?
Yeah, AFC East. I have the Patriots at 10-6 at the number 3 seed.
Okay, we're gonna have arguments here. I have the Dolphins going 11-5, winning the division.
You're tweaking. Ryan Fitzpatrick or Josh Rosen as their starting quarterback.
Okay,
They're not
listen.
doing anything.
Listen,
Their defense doesn't exist. Dude. No.
listen,
No.
listen. Listen.
Josh Rosen is not the answer. Neither is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Josh Rosen, didn't he throw more picks than touchdowns this past season?
Who?
Josh Rosen.
I don't think so, but he was pretty close. Let me check.
If he didn't, then he was very, very close to. That's all.
Yeah,
I
he was
know.
definitely close to it if he didn't. Definitely close to it. Josh Rosen. Where did I put him on my list? Josh Rosen. No, he did. 11 touchdowns, 14 interceptions.
Exactly my point there. That's exactly my point right there.
But rookie.
Rookie? You want to play the rookie card? Dak
was a- he
Prescott,
was a- he
rookie
wa-
season.
Shh. He was a rookie, okay? I think that he will pull it together, him or Fitz, because remember, Fitzpatrick, okay? If Fitzpatrick is the starter, which he shouldn't be, let's say Rosen is the starter. Rosen shouldn't get hurt. It hurt. It's been proven that Fitzpatrick has a freaking curse. The starter always gets hurt or benched. So that shouldn't happen. Fitzpatrick in that situation always comes to clutch, and that's what's going to lead them to go 11-5. Plus, they have a semi-competent defense and a pretty powerful offense, as we saw versus the Patriots when they freaking scored that last-minute touchdown. And their coach, Adam Gase, is doing pretty good.
I'll let you believe that the Dolphins will go 11-5 and the Patriots will do worse than the Dolphins. Okay? I'll let you believe that. Moving on next to the second place in the AFC East, who do you have?
Patriots 9-7.
Oof, that's rough. I had the Dolphins 9-7.
You start off.
Like I said, their defense is non-existent. They have one good corner, and I don't even remember his name. I really don't. Why am I forgetting it?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyways, and what? They got rid of Cameron Wake, their best defensive lineman. I think they got rid of him. I'm pretty sure he's on the Titans now. I don't know anyone on that defense whatsoever. That just goes to prove to you that their defense is non-existent. I don't know anyone other than that one corner, and I don't even remember his name.
How do you not know the Dolphins? How do you not?
Their
Obviously not that
offense and
big
their
of an NFL
offense.
fan.
Dude, I don't pay attention to the Dolphins whatsoever. But anyways, their offense consists of decent receivers. The receivers are not the best, but they're pretty good. They're average. Running back isn't there a running back? Lamar Miller. No, Lamar Miller's on the fucking Texans.
Yeah, you're Tom.
Who is? Oh, where am I trying to go? Anyway, move on. Third, who do you have third?
Bills 6-10.
Bills 6-10. I had the Bills 7-9. I think with this year signing Cole Beasley and very good draft picks, Josh Allen going into his second season, I think that they'll go at 7-9. I think they went around 7-9 this year. I don't remember. I see Josh Allen throwing for 3,500 yards plus this season. I do, especially with the addition of Cole Beasley. LaShawn McCoy, he's old, but I still think he has a little bit left in the tank. Your side story?
okay, I don't see Josh Allen throwing for anywhere near 3,500 yards. Maybe like 2,800. But Cole
Okay.
Beasley definitely helps. LaShawn McCoy, I do agree. He's pretty old, but he's definitely got fuel left in him. But Bills defense, it did absolutely horrid last season, which I can't blame. It's the Bills. They've been bad for a while. But their defense, it's not getting any better, and it's
Imagine losing 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Bills. But their defense is not getting better, and it's just they're not going to be able to win very many games.
You know what Bills stands for?
Barely.
Boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
Alright. So we both have the Jets as 4th. 5-11 for me.
Yeah, Jets is 4th. I have 7 and 9. Le'Veon, but like I said, the additional Le'Veon Bell, I don't think he's going to do too great because scheme fit. They have to get him adjusted to the team in a way that it runs. Sam Darnold, I think he's going to be around mediocre, and I don't see Sam Darnold breaking out this season. I really don't. I think he's an average quarterback. I don't think he's going to get any better. I don't think he's going to get any worse. He might get a little bit better as his career goes on, as he gets a little bit smarter. Their defense did improve, but they're the Jets. Self-explanatory. I don't really have to say anything.
I'm going to back you up on that Sam Darnold offense thing. Le'Veon Bell, amazing addition to the offense, but like you said, scheme fit, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know the playbook, anything like that. His offensive line, Le'Veon Bell's a patient runner, and he'll wait to see until a hole forms. And if his offensive line can't hold for long enough, then he's going to have to try to adjust, or they're just going to not be able to run the ball at all. And I don't think Le'Veon Bell can adjust that quickly, like at all, from being able to just go immediately as soon as the ball's snapped. And then Sam Darnold, like you said,
Exactly.
is gonna be pretty mediocre. He did pretty good first season, but
Yeah, he did pretty good for a rookie. Yeah.
and he doesn't have that good of wide receivers. He has that one Jets wide receiver that is pretty good. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
I can't think.
The one with the real skinny one?
I don't know. Pretty fast.
I think his name was like Rodney White or something.
Robbie
I
Anderson.
don't remember.
Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson, there you go. Yeah, Robbie Anderson, yeah, him.
And I think they picked up Austin
Yeah.
Jenkins for
Mhm.
at him.
I believe so.
But yeah. Okay,
But-
AFC South.
Yeah, overall,
AFC South.
yeah, AFC South. Let's go.
I think this one's pretty easy.
First, yeah, I got the Colts 11-5. They got the first round bye week, second seed overall AFC. Self-explanatory. Andrew Luck, fantastic season towards the end of the season last year, coming back looking like his old self. MVP form, in my opinion. I think he has a possible chance of winning the MVP this upcoming season. T.Y. Hilton is still there. He's young. They still have Eric Ebron, Jack Doyle, Marlon Mack, I think his name is, in the backfield, that rookie from last year.
Yep.
It's pretty solid. They have what's the fucking what was sorry for cursing. What was the linebacker's name last year?
I know who you're
he
talking
was the
about.
rookie.
Oh, he was freaking amazing. I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, you
Leonard,
get the
Darius
point. Their
Leonard.
defense is a
Leonard,
lot.
Darius Leonard.
Yeah, Darius Leonard. There you go. Their defense is a lot stronger. Their offensive line with Quentin Nelson, that addition, just that one
Oh.
piece to the offensive line, made the
Sweet.
offensive line amazing towards the end of the season.
I'm gonna add to your linebacker thing real quick. They also picked up Justin Houston, a proven god.
Yes, they did.
And
Yes, they
veteran.
did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. That's a great addition, especially to help out Darius Leonard. He's still young, going into his sophomore season. It's great. It's a great addition for the Colts. Great thing for their defense and their offense. Like I said, Andrew Luck is got a ball out this year, in my opinion. I'm talking 4,000+ yard season,
Yeah.
and maybe possibly 30+ touchdowns and less than 10 interceptions. I'm telling you, he's got a ball out this season.
And like you said, their offense, Andrew Luck, amazing quarterback. He's one of the greatest in the league as of now. But
Yes, he's in my top 10.
I'm going to add on to the spiel you made. He has T.Y. Hilton, Marlon Mack, all those that you mentioned, Quentin Nelson on the offensive line. They also have Anthony Costanzo, a veteran on the offensive line, to help with that rush game to the left side. And those two together, honestly, are freaking terrifying, and I wouldn't want to go against.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I guess we'll go to second. The Texans 10-6 at the 6th seed, barely making the playoffs. The great defense, J.J. Watt and Damian Clowney, if he doesn't leave. Great duo at the pass rush. Decent corners. Their secondary could be tweaked. They had that rookie. Is it Andre Reed or just? I always get
Andre
names
Reed is
mixed
a
up, dude.
freaking wide receiver for the Bills that went down to the Hall of Fame.
No, I know, and it's something Reed. That's all I know. He's a rookie, and he had that pick six against Alex Smith.
Oh, wait, what position is he?
Safety, I believe. I know he's a DB. He's a safety or a corner.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his
Yeah.
name
Yeah, but their secondary is getting better slowly. That's what they really need to work on is their secondary. The secondary hasn't really ever been great.
Yeah.
Their offense, on the other hand, great. Lamar Miller in the backfield, Deshaun Watson, he's young. DeAndre Hopkins, just that trio right there. It's enough said. Deshaun Watson, Lamar Miller, DeAndre Hopkins. I don't have to say anything else. Point across.
I can't really.
Great offense. Offensive line is their offensive line is
It's pretty
average.
decent.
They're not horrible. They're not good. They're not bad. They're in between. They're average.
Yeah.
Yeah, but DeAndre Hopkins is just DeAndre Hopkins. He has the best hands in the league, number one receiver in my league, and in the league, in my opinion. But enough said.
I
Do
can't
you have
really-
anything else to add on about that?
I have them doing 10-5-1 and having the 5th seed.
Okay, pretty good. It's pretty good.
Hey, who do you have as your third?
I have the Titans at 9-7.
Titans at 9-7. Ooh, I have the Titans at 6-9-1.
See now, the Titans, in my personal opinion, Marcus Mariota's coming back off an injury. He's going to come back. He's going to be healthy. Derrick Henry's finally breaking out. Finally becoming a star. He's finally showing what he's capable of. He's 6'1" at running back. 6'1". He could be a receiver if he really wanted to. But he's a big body. He can get in the holes. He can make the cuts. He can make the reads. As we've seen that 90-plus yard touchdown run against the Jaguars. That's what we call a beastquake. He just went off, found that hole, go on touchdown. None more I can. Their defense, I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on this. I believe they got Cameron Wake from the Dolphins, like I said earlier. And
I don't think they did.
it just,
I don't think they did. Ryan Tannehill
I think
went
they
to the
did.
Titans. Ryan Tannehill went.
Ryan Tannehill did go to the Titans, yes. He's got to be Marcus Mariota's backup,
See Titans, you're right.
which is going to be good for Mariota. Yeah. Their defense is pretty good. Their secondary could be better. Like I said earlier, they got Corey Davis at the receiver spot. He's young. He's developing. Still have Delaney Walker at the tight end spot. Taylor Lewan is still there. Their offensive line altogether is pretty damn good in my opinion. But I think they go 9-7 and just missing out of the playoffs because of the Texans.
Okay. Their defense is good. But Cameron Wake, who is a good asset to the team, but he is freaking old. He's 35. Secondary.
Yes.
Willard Stewart is pretty good. They have that one free safety. Let me search the name again.
Kevin Byard.
Safety.
Kevin Byard.
Yes. Kevin Byard. They would have had Jonathan Cyprian, but they did release him. Still a free agent, so that kind of free agent, and he was pretty good. But their linebackers, Wesley Woodyard, that's about it.
No.
Freaking.
Not at all. Here, let's put it nicely in this way. They need linebackers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need linebackers.
But
That's a lot of teams'
Marcus
problems
Mariota, he
nowadays.
has been pretty good, but at times he has sucked.
Yeah. And don't forget, at the running back spot, they still have Deion Lewis
Yeah,
behind Derrick
they
Henry,
do
so
have
it's
Deion
not
Lewis.
like they're
Yes,
missing
they do
out.
have Deion Lewis.
Exactly. All right. Fourth, we both have the Jaguars. We pretty much have the same order, just different records. I have the Jaguars at 8-8. Mainly because Nick Foles coming in. He's better than Blake Bortles. I don't care. Blake Bortles is not better than Nick Foles. Nick Foles is a good quarterback. As a starting quarterback, like mainly strictly as a starter, I don't know. I mean, he did it back in the day with the Eagles. He did. He was a starter at the beginning of last season. He won the Super Bowl. I get that, but he all did that as a backup quarterback. He wasn't the starter. He's not the franchise quarterback. The Jaguars seem to believe that as they signed him to a $54 million 4-year contract, I believe it was. No, 84 million. I'm sorry, $84 million contract for 4 years. I honestly think personally it's a waste of money. Nick Foles, yes, I'm an Eagles fan. Nick Foles is a good quarterback, but he's good. Like he's not great. Like he's not leveled up with Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, etc. I said Patrick Mahomes. He's not up there with those quarterbacks. He's average. He's average.
I like how you mentioned all those
he can
quarterbacks
get
and
him
didn't
done.
say Tom Brady.
I don't have to. Tom Brady's the best quarterback of all time. As much as I hate him, greatest quarterback with 6 fucking rings.
Okay, now
What
I'm
can I
gonna have to
say?
go on a spiel
Eh,
about Tom Brady. before I
okay,
say
no,
why
no, 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 no.
I have the Jags going 6-10.
Hold on. You have them going 6-10. Okay. When you're done talking about the Jazz, I'll talk about their defense. I didn't get to the defense yet.
Oh yeah, you didn't
It's
get
okay.
the defense stuff. No, talk about it. Talk about the defense. Talk about it. Talk about the defense.
Okay. I'll talk about the defense. Their defense: Jalen Ramsey, AJ Boye, Miles Jack. Yeah, all those guys. Calais Campbell. They're all good, but they need a new defense coordinator. Their defense coordinator sucks. Very bad at play calling. Um, Jalen Ramsey is an elite corner, so is AJ Boye. Miles Jack is very good linebacker. Calais Campbell, great defensive lineman. Overall, they have a very good squad going on, but they need to fix their play calling and just overall just fix whatever they didn't have from the season prior that they missed out this season.
All right, I have the Jags going 6-10, and although they did pick up Nick Foles, which is definitely better than Blake. And but as you said, he hasn't been a starter for like 4 years now, like an actual starter the entire season. So I feel that he'll struggle, but he might be just fine because he went through the entirety of the playoffs. He beat Tom Brady on the biggest stage. So I mean, he might be fine. But I mean, they do have good wide receivers in Allen Robinson second. A pretty good offensive line, good tight end, defense.
Allen
Gonna
Robinson's on the
be
Bears.
one of the best. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What wide receiver am I talking about? Whatever. They do have a pretty good they have one of the best defenses league, in my opinion. But yeah, now I gotta go on a spiel about Tom Brady being the best of all time. Okay.
No.
No matter how much you hate the man, he is the greatest of all time. He has 6 Super Bowl rings. Nobody's done that.
No, there's one other person that has 6. There's one other person that has 6. I forget his name, but there's 2 people that have 6. Tom Brady and some other guy.
Whatever. But you can say it's whoever's like the freaking Adam Vinatieri won against the Panthers by kicking the field goal. Guess who scored all the points and helped his team get to that level? Tom Brady. He's been great for so many years.
Patriots fans watching this, Tom Brady's the goat.
But he's been good for such a long time, and if you hate the man so much to where you think he's not the best of all time, that's just being like, oh, I hate him, so he's not good.
That's just being pitiful.
Yeah. Anyways, to the AFC North.
Yep. Who do you have winning the division?
Browns at 11-5.
I have 6 at the number.
Your mic just cut out a lot.
I have the Browns winning the division at 10-6 at the 4th seed. Baker Mayfield is an elite quarterback. Like we said earlier, with the addition of Odell Beckham, he has Jarvis Landry, David Njoku, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. Enough is said. Their defense, Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett, like they're them two alone, like just great. And they just got another corner from LSU, that they just drafted. I forget his name, but also very, very, very talented. Yeah, like I said, enough said.
All right. Well, the Browns, high-powered offense, David Njoku, Baker Mayfield, Kareem Hunt, OBJ, Jarvis Landry. There's no reason they should do bad this season, offense-wise. Defense could use some more work. Jamie Collins, elite linebacker. He has gotten worse over the years, though, after coming from Patriots. But they do have top-tier corners, good secondary.
Jamie Collins went back to the Patriots.
Did? Oh my god. I've never heard of this. Okay. Shut up. Let me have some.
It's
whatever.
okay.
I know it is. but there's no reason they should do. There's no reason they should miss the playoffs this season.
No, there is no excuse whatsoever. With that offense and that defense, there's no excuse. They're definitely playoff contenders. All right.
Wait, you want to hear a secret
Second.
real quick? A happy secret?
Sure.
A happy secret? My cat died.
Oh, well, that sucks.
No why.
Anyways, second, I have the Ravens at 10-6.
I also have your Ravens to change here. I also have the Ravens at 10-6.
Yep, the Ravens, high-powered offense. They just got Mark Ingram, Hollywood Brown. They just drafted. Lamar Jackson, healthy. Just enough said. It's Lamar Jackson. He's very, very speedy, very quick. He can get out the pocket fast. Not the best arm in the NFL, but he can get the throws down when he needs to. And with the addition of Hollywood Brown coming in from the draft as a rookie, young, quick, great hands, Mark Ingram in the backfield, I think they'll be pretty solid on offense. But their defense is going to be a little bit weaker because of the loss of Eric Weddle, C.J. Mosley, and Terrell Suggs.
Can't really improve on that. I can, however, talk you down about the Lamar Jackson thing. He is a pretty good quarterback, but like you said, he doesn't have the best arm, and that's probably the thing that will end up kicking them out of the playoffs in probably the first or second round.
Yeah, I don't mean have them in the playoffs.
Oh, if I do, 6th seed. But if Lamar Jackson had a chance to run the ball or throw it, he'd more times than not run the ball, and that's going to kill the Ravens in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, definitely. If they do make the playoffs. Third, I have the Steelers at 9-7. With the loss of AB and Le'Veon, I mean, I get it. They had Le'Veon all last season, so like I technically can't use that and as an excuse for them being worse. But with the loss of AB, you only have Juju Smith-Schuster and Vance McDonald. And James Carter's not bad. I'm not saying he's bad at all. I think he's actually pretty good myself. He's strong. He's big, quick, great hands, power. He's just power. Just runs with the ball. Just power. Just pure strength when he runs with the football. But Ben's getting old. He's just losing it. It's just really all I can say. Defense, they did upgrade on defense. They still have Joe Hayden at the corner. With James Harrison being gone for 2 seasons now, they've been struggling with the pass rush, but they just drafted Devin Bush, which should help them out with that. He's young, quick, strong, and he's pretty big too. He's a big guy. Ryan Shazier, they still don't have him, so yet again, Devin Bush fills in that spot, that missing hole that they lost with James Harrison and Ryan Shazier. Ryan Shazier, I can see coming back within a few seasons. He's making good progress. I mean, he's walking, he's dancing, and jumping. He's working out. Like I can see him coming back soon. But for now, Steelers 9-7, not making playoffs this year.
I cannot improve on what you just said, but I'm just gonna tell you what record I have them. I have them going 6-10.
Okay, respectable. I can see that happening.
Not respectable.
That's actually what
It's
I
a
have.
losing record.
Yeah, I have
Losing record.
I have fourth. Bengals 6-10. I have Bengals 6-10. Andy Dalton mediocre. AJ Green great. Who's the running back? Joe Mixon.
Yes.
Exactly. Tyler Eifert getting old. Their defense, I don't know anyone on that defense. They're irrelevant. And they still have John Ross too at the receiver spot, but he's been quiet. He hasn't really done anything. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say about the Bengals at all. They're just not good.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't say about either. Andy Dalton, not that good. AJ Green, good, like you said, but like you Tyler Eifert, good. Joe Mixon could be an amazing running back, but back no odd, help no.
Your mic keeps lagging.
Whatever, okay. Whatever, okay.
Okay, well, all right, we're moving on to the NFC then.
NFC West. NFC West.
All right, we'll start with the NFC West. Who do you have winning the division? It's pretty obvious.
Rams 13-3. Rams 13-3.
The Rams 12-4 at the second seed in the NFC. The Rams, I can go on and on and on and on about how good the Rams are. Sean McVay, young, great coach, very smart, very talented. Jared Goff, also very young. He's good, but he's not elite. He's not elite. He's an average quarterback. With that offensive line, Andrew Whitworth, etc. Todd Gurley in the backfield. You got Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Brandon Cooks, and Tyler Higbee, a tight end. It's just they got everything that Jared Goff can ask for to be a good quarterback. You don't have to have the most talented quarterback to perform well. As long as you have a good offensive line and good skill position players, you're gonna be just fine. Just look at Jared Goff. I mean, not the greatest quarterback in the world, and he's doing good. He made the Super Bowl. They got into the Super Bowl, which they shouldn't have because of that controversial pass interference penalty, which wasn't called. But yeah, their defense is great. Aaron Donald, Marcus Peters, Aqib Talib, etc. Just great players after great players on that defense, and they're not gonna be crap this year. They're gonna do great. They're gonna make the playoffs, and they're gonna do fine.
I'm gonna put that in a more simple way. It is the rebirth of the greatest show on turf, but not as good.
Yes.
Not as good.
Yeah.
Because the greatest show on turf was freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Second, I had the 49ers at 9-7.
Pardon?
I had the 49ers at 9-7.
I have the Seahawks at 11-5.
You think that the Seahawks are gonna go 11-5 with losing all of those defensive players?
This was in April.
Okay, fair enough. But like I said, 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, healthy. Marquise Goodwin, Eric Garcon. Who did they get at running back? Who did they sign? I forget, but overall the offense isn't horrible. George Kittle, great tight end. I think he's gonna break out again this year. He's gonna put up the numbers. In my opinion, I think he's gonna be Jimmy G's #1 target, kind of like Carson Wentz with Zach Ertz type of vibe, or a Tony Romo and Jason Witten type of vibe, like just quarterback tight end most of the time. Um, and I think they're gonna ball together. I think they're gonna go 9-7 and just be shy of the playoffs. And their defense, drafting Nick Bosa, DeForest Buckner, um, Quan Alexander went there recently. Richard Sherman, I think that they'll do pretty good defensively, and I think the defense is slightly better than their offense.
I can't improve upon that. I can't improve upon that.
Okay, so why do you explain to me why you think the Seahawks are going 11-5?
Well, they did lose all those defensive players. God, this is hard. Now I gotta try to go with it.
And they lost Doug Baldwin.
I got nothing.
All right, we're moving on. Who do you have third?
49ers at 7-9.
Ooh, I have the Cardinals at 9-7.
Are destroys.
I think Kyler Murray's a way better improvement than Josh Rosen. Him and Larry Fitzgerald, I believe, are going to have a great spark between them, and David Johnson in the backfield, I think, will help him on that. Toss little screens and stuff like that, wheel routes, because he has the arm to do that. Kyler Murray has an amazing arm, really good. He plays baseball. He played baseball. Other than that, I mean, their offense mediocre. Their offensive line is terrible, which they need to fix. Their defense got a lot better. Terrell Suggs, Patrick Peterson, Chandler Jones, etc. Great, not great. A pretty good defense, good squad coming up into the 2019. And miss out of the playoffs this year, and maybe in the next few years, will sneak into that 6th seed spot.
It's the Cardinals, first of all. Their defense proved to be absolutely horrible.
Hey,
I don't see it getting any better. I see it getting a little better this season. Kyler Murray, great quarterback, has an arm. Kyler Murray, quarterback, he's not going to be able to carry that offense. But he's not. And they're and Fitz, good wide receiver, amazing wide receiver. But he's old. He's not very fast. He does have hands. But as he's getting older, he keeps getting worse and worse. They don't have really a good tight end. Their offensive line isn't that good. I just don't see them doing that good. Oh my god. Oh my god, the lag. Lag. Oh, good lord. Hold